Morning. So this morning I'm in the shop and I'm working on fitting these panels to the Cuda. So I've got the driver's side. It's got to go in here down in this location. Got to get it all so it fits like the other side. This panel's got to get in here. It's mocked up really solid right now. It's all screwed together, and see we did this one this week, and we're tied here now. We're tied there on both sides. So my goal is to get the fenders on, get the doors on, and get the hood on to make sure that I'm all real good before I go and I put all this together in here. This floor pan's got to come up and be put solid, and I've got to get all the supports done. I've got to get everything so it's ready to go in square. But and more importantly right now, the front end. Okay, I've got to make sure that this is in the inner fenders are in the right spot, frame rails, everything looks good. So I'm working towards getting that total mock-up before I weld everything in. So that's what I'm doing today. I'll be working on the driver's side inner fender to cowl right here. This is where I'm going to be working today. So stay with me as I make that panel fit. Got to do some bending, some cutting, some forming, and a lot of everything, stretching to make this bend in the right spot, because it does not from the factory. So here I go, getting after it. Okay, so I've got this panel in here. I had to trim it up the top because it was way up over here, and it's not supposed to be doubled there. So it comes down here. I got this angle straight, wraps nicely into the firewall contour. Nice square adhesion to the frame rail. So this one I would have to say is mocked up. It's nice and solid. So now start going after this panel down here, which goes like this up under the floorboard, hooks to the rocker panel. You can see the angle there matching. So gonna go after getting that set in there now. On to the next piece. All right, so I've got this filler panel mocked up. The floor pan is generally where it has to go, but it still needs more tweaking along here. The rear mounts have to be fastened to the car, but they're in the position where we can mark them. Got a little bit of an issue here I got to deal with, but in general it's in pretty close shape that we can start getting it mocked up. But this side over here, same thing. Got it in. Everything's in up to here. Got a little trimming to do right here for the hinge panel. But it's to the point now where I think we can start getting doors and fenders on it, and start going forward like that. So I really need to go and get some sandblasting done this weekend, so I can get some stuff over here. But we got I'll mark those rear pan brackets, these two and those two. I got to mark them on the rocker panels where they go, so we can go there next. But yeah, that looks good with that pan in there, doesn't it, Dan?
It sure does.
So moving forward, yeah, I've got almost all, I think I have all my marks on the firewall So when I pull it off, I can do the pre-painting of the weld-through primer, and then scuffing, and then putting our epoxy primer on there. Same thing down here. I've got those marked, and they're like right up against the floor pan where they're supposed to be. So that's good there. That means we'll get a good solid weld. Yeah, so a little bit of tweaking, moving around. I mean, I've only been here for 2 hours tweaking it and moving it around, and having Danny's help here makes a big difference. 2 people when you're moving that floor pan around really helps. So, but we're getting closer, and it's exciting because we almost got floor pans and the front end. So I think next week we'll be mounting fenders and doors to make sure our gaps are somewhat close, and at least we can obtain them when we go to put it together. So that's all for today. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you later.